when financial services people, bankers, fund managers, rich organizations,
we've been called worse, okay?
talk the talk that you are talking, the millions of South Africans that are poor, not part of the bargain, struggle to believe and to buy into that vision.
Yeah.
How do we respond to, at best, the skeptical, at worst, the cynical? Because they're saying all of this is marketing talk, right? You are driven by profit. You want to make as much profit. You want to be as rich as possible at our cost. Your bank charges are too high.
By the way, from Kwakwa, I got this little message from one of my family saying, people were quite interested in this big pay. And the question was, why are bank charges so high? Is it because you're getting paid so much?
There we go. Good question. So did that transformation of the 1 to 4, was that as a result of some unequal relationship that takes place between banks and their customers, between financial institutions and society?
Yeah, I think this is where you have to understand the concept of enduring worth. In other words, you make decisions not only for today, because you have the pressure to make profits. When we went to our shareholders in 2019, we said to them, we have a 5-year view around how we would turn the business around. It wasn't a quick scheme to make profits to them. Equally, we said to them, these are the things that are important to us. Investec used to be known for the slogan, we live in society, not of it. Even before we were around, we were already investing in math and science education. We are the single biggest investor in quality maths and science education in townships. Where our programs are, you can see in a province like the Free State, which we worked with for the last 10 years or so, you can see the progress in maths and science from the Free State given the investment we have made. So I think judge us by what we have done. And because we talk the way we do, hold us to account for what we do. The poorest have been ill-served by a government, I'm not going to politics, that is...
This is a safe place to criticize politicians. No. We won't tell them, I promise.
No, I get whipped too many times for speaking my mind, but we're on a burning platform, so who cares about what they think? The politicians. So the poor have been ill-served. Our country has not done well with respect to its ability to generate dignity. And you generate dignity through providing an opportunity for people to work, for a father, a mother, a brother, a sister, to have a reason to wake up in the morning, to go to work, and to have the pride of earning something. So the number one priority for the country should be an economic model that produces the highest number of jobs. Nobody likes the indignity of begging, the indignity of waiting for a grant at the end of the year. So I can understand when somebody is skeptical about a corporate that says we want to do good, because people have done badly. I bought myself a set of Brunello Cucinelli sneakers, and I bought them because I love what the company does. So an Italian family, a family-owned business, they say they want a return on their investment, I think, of between 15 and 18%. Okay? If they make more than 18%, so either we're not paying our employee partners enough, or we are not paying our suppliers appropriately, or we are polluting somewhere and not doing the right thing. So at Investec, we have our return parameters are bounded. We don't say we want to make more than this. We say we want to make between 12 and 16% in pound terms. If we make more than 16% in pound terms consistently, something is broken in the model. It's not just we are smart. We probably are not paying our people well, or we're not putting enough money into society. For instance, in our school, could we double or triple our investment in schools, as an example? So yeah, the average person has had a pretty raw deal, but I'm not sure that it's oaks like me that have contributed to that. I think there are basic things you can do to move the country forward. The number one priority has to be about jobs. And you have to tell whoever it is that stands in the way of creating jobs, you're going to take your head off. But then you need a clear sense of what it is that you need to do to create jobs. It will be private sector led. The role of government will reduce over time. It'll be investment led. I mean, of the people that are employed, the majority, a big majority, is in the private sector. Unless you support it, you created an environment where investment can be made, you can kiss jobs goodbye. Absolutely. But you need a leader, a group of leaders who will be uncompromising. While I'm not a proponent of communism, in fact, I think it's a lot of baloney. If you see what...
But you must have been a socialist at some point.
I don't know.
Because they say if you're not a socialist in your 20s, you don't have a heart. And if you're still a socialist in your 30s, you don't have a brain.
But to be a socialist, somewhere you have to be occupied with the isms. For most people, you're occupied with just the desire to get a meal, a desire to get a roof over your head, a desire for safety because criminals are running in our streets. People in Sandton, like where I live, you come to my table, my dinner table, oh, crime, this and that. Go to Alexander Township down the road, or go to Tembisa, where the criminals run around with no sense of ever being caught. If they get caught, they have enough money to jeepo the courts.
Yeah. So
for me, you have to deal with the fundamental problem of creating jobs in the country. You need a leadership that understands that. You need a leadership that has the backbone to say to their colleagues, this is the only issue that matters.